Are you ready, Celtics Nation? We got some thrilling news that could change the course of our season. A towering big man, who's been recovering from a serious leg injury, made a shocking return to the court ahead of schedule. What does this mean for our championship aspirations? Stick around to find out, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like this video to stay in the loop with all things Celtics. Brad Stevens recently provided some compelling insights into Kristaps Porzingis' return to the court. And as a die-hard Celtics fan, I can't help but feel a mix of excitement and cautious optimism. Porzingis made his season debut ahead of schedule, contributing to the Celtics' impressive 126-94 victory over the Clippers after missing the first 17 games due to off-season leg surgery. When I heard Stevens talk about how Porzingis was moving in camp and during scrimmages in Abu Dhabi, it became clear that he was more than ready to make an impact sooner than we anticipated. Stevens detailed the final stages of Porzingis' rehab, which included a practice with the G League affiliate and scrimmages with the Celtics. Hearing that he logged 32 minutes in scrimmages leading up to his return gives me hope that he's not just back for the sake of being back, but truly ready to contribute. It's always a delicate balance when a player returns from injury. You want them to be aggressive, but also make sure they're not rushing things. I think Stevens captured that perfectly when he said Porzingis looked like a guy who hadn't played in a while during his return. But even so, he still managed to impact the game significantly. Porzingis finished with 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 blocks in just 22 minutes. I have to admit, while I expected a bit more fireworks from him given his talent, I'm nonetheless encouraged by his immediate contributions. His presence adds a new dimension to our offense and strengthens our rim protection, which has been a concern. It's clear that he's not just a tall body. He's a player who can stretch the floor and create mismatches. But here's the kicker. He'll still be rested during back-to-backs. So, the question becomes, can this team maintain its momentum while managing Porzingis' workload? Stevens also addressed the overall performance of our 15-3 Celtics team, stating that we haven't yet played up to our potential. It's a sobering reminder that while we're off to a great start, there's room for improvement. I can't help but wonder, are we peaking too early? The Celtics' ability to clean up their game, especially in the paint, will be crucial as we head deeper into the season. It's encouraging to see the recognition of our defensive shortcomings. But can we really fix them in time for the playoffs? Another interesting point from Stevens was his praise for our bench players, specifically Pritchard and Hauser, who lit it up from beyond the arc. Their shooting is a vital asset for this team, and the fact that they come in firing is a great attribute. It's clear that every opposing team will have their eyes on them, and I hope they can maintain that level of confidence. But are they consistent enough to be reliable when it matters most? Now, let's touch on the emotional roller coaster that comes with being a Celtics fan. The return of Porzingis is monumental, but it's also a reminder of how fragile our hopes can be. Remember his performance in Game 1 of last season's finals? It was brilliant, but then he got injured again. I'm cautiously optimistic, but also anxious. This is the nature of following a team that has championship aspirations. Every game can feel like a make-or-break moment. The Boston Celtics just delivered an impressive performance, blowing away the Los Angeles Clippers and securing their 6th straight win. What's even more thrilling is the return of Kristaps Porzingis. After a challenging rehab process, he stepped back onto the court with no restrictions and immediately made an impact, showcasing his rim protection and offensive skills. It's like he never left. Now, let's talk about the game. Porzingis missed a couple of early threes, but once he found his rhythm, he was a force. He played just 22 minutes in a blowout, but those minutes were packed with influence. The Clippers struggled to finish around the rim, shooting just 9 for 22 in the first half, and you can attribute much of that to Porzingis' presence. He recorded a couple of blocks and altered many more shots, changing the entire complexion of the Celtics defense from the get-go. After the game, he expressed how great it felt to be back. He mentioned that he was itching to play and had been ahead in his rehab all the way through. That's incredible to hear, especially considering the seriousness of his past injuries. This wasn't just another game for him. It was a statement. And honestly, I was shocked, not by how well he played, but by the fact that there were no limitations on him. It seems like the Celtics finally have their big man back in full force, and it's a game changer. Looking ahead, there are some exciting possibilities for this team. I think about the potential of pairing him with Al Horford once he returns. The double big lineup could be a nightmare for opposing teams. And let's not forget about the versatility that other players like Peyton Pritchard brought to the table in this game. Pritchard was outstanding, contributing significantly off the bench and blocking 4 shots himself. The idea of having Porzingis and Pritchard on the floor together is tantalizing. Can you imagine the rim protection those two could provide? Now, while the Clippers were missing some key players, including Norman Powell, it's important to acknowledge that the Celtics took full advantage of the situation. They not only managed to contain a solid Clippers team, but they also demonstrated the depth and talent that this roster possesses. It's evident that Porzingis brings a unique energy to the team, something that elevates everyone around him. Jaylen Brown even noted how Porzingis' presence opens up opportunities for him on the floor. That kind of chemistry is vital for a championship run. I've got to say, I'm optimistic about what's to come. The Celtics have the potential to be dominant if they can keep everyone healthy, especially with Porzingis back in the fold. But I'm also cautious. Can he maintain this level of play? Will injuries rear their ugly head again? It's a concern, and I can't help but wonder if this is the right path moving forward. So, what do you think? Was this the best decision for the Celtics? I'm genuinely torn. I see the upside, but I'm also aware of the risks involved. I want to hear your thoughts on this. How do you feel about Porzingis' return and its impact on the team? Share your opinions in the comments below. As we head into Thanksgiving and a busy schedule ahead, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe to the channel for all the latest updates. Make sure to activate the notification bell so you won't miss any of our essential coverage on the Celtics. It's an exciting time to be a fan, and I can't wait to see what's next for this team. Let's keep the conversation going